Definitely back in Pittsburgh. I had the fortunate opportunity of being here for a few months back in. See, I think it was 02. However, I was here and the fans want to go. And I was I understand the pressure. Come back to work. I'm trying to say that I'm so wrong. I'm asking that one. Here's what my life was the same hiatus I've ever been through. Yes! I mentioned it yet, and I met her July 11th, and when the first day October. I didn't even look at it. I think you put that wrong when your wife was in Pittsburgh. That's it. That's right. That's right. I feel like I'm sitting very close to you. So
thank you for coming to Pittsburgh!
So when I'm here, I'm not. When it does come up, are you sitting glad to be back? Are you looking at my income? No, I promise I'm not. Is there an exchange rate or something? Yes. Yes. Oh, no, before Brexit. So also happy 200th anniversary. Jared will say happy 190th anniversary. Oh, I said 200. I heard the fireworks last night. Y'all are our final stop before season 12. So our first performance is Tuesday. So tomorrow this comes off. Interestingly, for Jensen, this comes off and this comes off. And then the shirt goes back on. That's how that works. There's no one I'd rather be in Northern Lives. Ooh, so she's, for those who know, she is a newfound runner, looking for a new running song for her playlist. The most recent running song that I added to my playlist was a song that my sons learned in camp, and they like to sing and clap along, and it's called Clap Hands by Fits and Tantrums, or Hand Clap or something. I can make their hands right. It's kind of peppy. So Fits and Tantrums, the clap. Fits and Tantrums, hands clap. If you have any other hands. You can pull it up. Shh. I listen to I'm a subscriber to the old Apple Music, and I basically just go with like either random
Mark tries everything. And like a little per background, but that's just if I really needed to give like that extra push. So yeah, those two I would highly recommend. They have good songs too.
They also have cloud. That's funny. We had a meeting with Andrew Gadd, our new showrunner, and Bob Singer, and we talked about the same thing. And I think what they said is last year, season 11 was so big. We had God, we had Lucifer, we had the darkest, who becomes Mara, God's sister. And so one of the things that we've noticed that fans really like is the relationship between Sam and Dean, and when they're on the same side. At least in the beginning, I think this year we're going to explore a lot of what makes the boys tick. You see, it's funny, you see people from your past and you're like, oh my gosh, seeing you, I remember where I was in my life when that happened, and I've grown a lot, but this might explain a lot. So we're going to kind of get into more, I don't want to say emotional, but more getting into the minds of the boys. Because you finally see them with their parents. So I think we'll learn a lot about who Sam and Dean are, who Sam and Dean thought they wanted to be. Maybe more Dean than Sam, because Sam didn't know as well. I think it's been cool. And Samantha Smith's amazing, so.
Yeah, not so cool.
My question is for both of you, what were some of your favorite episodes that you've filmed so far?
Favorite episode so far?
To film or to watch?
To act in.
I would say, as of most recent, it was Bacon. For a few reasons. One is we've never shot a show like that before, and then, over 200 episodes to find something, a new way of doing what we've been doing for so long, and do it, in my opinion, very well. And I think that show was a success. I was super proud of that. It was.
You said you were super proud. Were you also naturally proud?
I was super naturally proud. That was, it was a really fun script. Rob did a great job writing it. I think that, the guest cast that we had did a great job. The fact that our crew, our camera technicians especially, to get thrown that massive curveball in season 11 and still knock it out of the park, I thought was just really great. And it was super cool for he and I to sit in the car out on the road with no crew around us at all. We were having to turn the cameras on and market with the slate and do all that stuff, and then we would just cruise on down the road and he and I do a scene together with nobody around us and actually driving a car. That was just an experience that we haven't really done much of. That was really cool. So that was certainly, there's other episodes that really kind of are highlights in my head, but that one certainly most recently.
Yeah, I agree with you. I remember being so nervous during the filming of The French Mistake. It turned out funny, it makes me laugh, but I've never filmed a sitcom, but a sitcom you have an audience, they'll laugh and do something funny. So when you're doing a show like ours that's an hour long, and it's supposed to be funny, but no one's laughing because you're not allowed to laugh, they're making noise, you have to go again. You're like, you do something, you're like, oh, that sucks, because no one's laughing. And so you're just like, well, God, am I ruining this? Am I not being funny? It turned out really funny. And then I really liked this stuff. I really liked playing solo singing. It was a fun sort of departure. And there's so many in between. I liked some of the stuff with that Ruby check. What was your favorite?
Fan fiction and
Fan fiction?
French mistake.
Awesome. Too great. Thank you so much. You're closest.
It's one giant episode that's lasted for 11 years. Hi, sorry, I'm fighting. Usually that's about the time that one of the members goes, I didn't know where you
Hi.
Did you say popcorn?
I was wondering if you guys could choose a stripper name, what would it be?
No super name question.
Do you have an idea?
What?
Sure.
This is gonna be shit. Mine is gonna be
Sam and Dean.
everything's big in Texas. The best part is, I'm realizing in hindsight that she's trying to show us your moves. I thought she yelled, show us your moves.
Apparently everything is a bigger picture.
What just happened?
What would yours be?
Oh God. Well, you can do the name of your first pet and a street you grew up on, and mine is Puss.
That's even better than I was doing.
Oh, you want to go with that old formula? Well, In that case, not a word of a lie. Mine would be Pudgy Midway.
Okay. Mine would be Bootsy Larkland.
Thanks for that.
Wow.
I had an audition for a very, very big movie. And it's one of the biggest casting directors in Hollywood. So I wanted to, And so I wanted to really, really nail it. And I studied the material and I had it backwards and forwards, and I knew what I wanted to do. And I was like, I can totally do this. I just gotta nail it. So I really worked hard. I was all ready to go. Went to the casting office, was waiting there, get myself pumped up. Seeing a lot of familiar faces of people that had a lot more experience than I did. Didn't let it bother me. I was just like, nope, I got this. Finally, they called me in. I walked in, big giant office, and there she sat behind her desk. She kind of quickly looked up from her glasses, gave me literally an up and a down, and it goes, have a seat. And I was like, yes, ma'am. So I sat down. I was like, I'm gonna nail this. I got this. Ready to go. Here we go. And she goes, so, puts her glasses down, puts the script down, and she goes, what are your thoughts on the AIDS epidemic in Africa? Huh? Is it other new? Is it QC? She's like, no, I'm asking them. I was like, it's awful. She's like, okay, whenever you're ready. And I was like, I didn't get that role. So I guess the moral of the story is be prepared for everything.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I have an audition with the same lady. My audition is short story. My audition is say 1 p.m. and they catalog something out. Noon, 12:30, 1, 1:30, 2, 2:30. I got there at 1. People were there whose auditions were at 11 a.m. She hadn't showed up yet. And at 2 or 2:30, they're now it's like the 11 o'clock guy, 11:30, 12, 12:30, 1, 1:30. Finally, 2 o'clock, the assistant was like, hey, it's not going to make it today. I was like, what? Yeah, she's a little freak.
Or when they send you like 15 pages of dialogue that's like broken up into 3 different scenes, and you just study your butt off and memorize everything, because a lot of times casting directors don't want to see somebody walk in and have their head buried in a page. So you try to memorize as good as you can, and you get there and you've got like all 15 pages memorized. God, you stayed up all night doing it. And they're like, we're just going to do the first scene. It's like, no. I spent my time memorizing this crap that you call a script. You're going to sit there and listen to me say it to you.
I was going to say, it doesn't turn out as well as y'all would think when you say that.
Hi, I'm Kelly. Is there anything in these 11 years that Sam and Dean have done that you don't think rings true to the character? And what have you done in those situations?
Just, I call the writers and say like, okay, so her name is Amelia, okay, and Sam is looking for his brother Wall. We got through it.
It was because he hit a dog.
You know what, that was kind of, I was just being cheeky, but there are times when my vision of Sam isn't necessarily what the writer's vision is, and I try to think of it at this point like this. There are situations that Jared is going to be in that, if you ask me right now, hey, do you ever think you'll encounter blah, 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 or be in a situation where you have to make a blah, blah, blah choice, or you do something and you make a mistake, or you do something and you make several mistakes. I'd be like, no, why would I do that? And then you end up in that position, and you're like, oh my God, okay, I didn't see this coming, how do I move on? How do I get to the next step? And so that's it's one of the really nerve-wracking things about acting. You don't guide the story. One of the really cool, you just have to, trust who you're with. I'm convinced that I can be honest to Sam no matter the situation. So when something happens and I don't necessarily love it, I just try to think of, Sam doesn't probably love it either. So make sure Sam shows that or feels that or, act that. So I just try to make sure that no matter the situation, and it happens often where I'm like, oh man, I wouldn't want to do this, but all right, Sam's going to make a decision that's not textbook Sam, but it's still a facet of his personality. And kind of go from there. Because humans, we as humans end up in that position. You're like, I never thought, blah, here I am. Okay, what do I do? And so I try to kind of like weave that into the fabric of Sam.
There's really never been anything because the writers won't do that. they hold him in too high of a regard. To really ever.
Why do we have that hammer? Why don't we use a knife or something?
For those of you who don't know the Hammer story, look it up. Very similar to Jared. We actually, he and I had to sit down and I'll give you a little anecdote here. There are many times when lines themselves just don't sound like something that the character would say. And we have many times just been like, that's the Sam line. And he's like, all right, I'll take it. That's a Dean line. Like, I got it. And we'll just flip lines. There was one scene, like almost the entire scene.
Yes!
Where, I'm not kidding, an entire scene between Sam and Dean, where we just simply said, it's as though they got the names on the script wrong. And we didn't ask for permission. Because still giving the audience all the same information that the scene was written for. We flipped every line, literally we just scratched out Sam, put Dean, scratched out Dean, put Sam, for the entire scene.
And
it actually read so much better.
That is an absolute true story.
Whatever,
It was one of the later ones. It was one of the later ones in 11.
Yeah, it was recent.
With Cass or with Rob or something.
Yeah, and it was, I just remember, as we just kept reading, it was like, this is, what if we just flipped every line?
Yeah.
And we read it that way, we're like, yep, done.
And it was almost comical. It was like, I think so. Possibly. It was in the middle of it.
What happened?
I forget, but I think the lines were so obviously the other person's lines. Like Dean had a line that was like, do you like my long hair? And Sam had a line that was like, Sam had a line that was like, shut up, little brother. It was almost like they're playing a trick on us. Like, where's Ashley? We're getting bumped. It's a weird.
Nobody remembers that show. So there you go.
Thank you.
Hi. So we wanted to know if you could change one thing about any season, what would it be, and how do you think it would affect current seasons?
First things first, I want to know who he is, because I only see one person.
We is my friend in the audience.
Where's friend of the audience?
Hi, friend of the audience. I would. Yeah.
Jimbo, Jim Beef.
I would. Those would really change, like, the current seasons. You know, it would change the storyline. Like a pivotal moment. Charlie, well, no, she just be part of the team still.
This is good.
Well, I think one particular is not killing pain, which technically we didn't see. So that actually has potential to be true. But no, that's spoiler. Because I'm hating it, so I don't write the show. What was it? If I did write the show, Tim would be back, and
He doesn't write the show, but he will read the show.
Yeah, I haven't read a script in 5 years. I just show up and have people say my lines to me off camera, and I just totally repeat them. Sam,
We gotta go to the store.
we gotta go to the store. I'm driving.
Where's the milk?
Yeah, there's a few. It really, I think a lot of times, you know, I think of like who would we like to have back as part of the team. And there are those, you know, like Bobby or Charlie or Benny.
Ruby.
So, yeah, thank you. Kevin.
Thank you. And thank you too, friend.
Hi there.
Hi, I'm Cass, and first of all, I will say I'm sorry for screaming Crowry. And I just wanted to ask if you guys had like an embarrassing or really funny story about when your kids were together or separate if you don't have one.
Yeah, where do we start?
I have a very sweet story. So our kids go to the same preschool. And Tom is a year older than JJ. So I guess there was some time where the 2-year-olds and the 3-year-olds, or 3 and 4, however old they were at the time, they were all playing in the playground at the same time. Like classes go, it's like, hey, this class and this class goes to the playground. They come in these 2 classes. And Jay-Bird's class and Tom's class ended up in the playground at the same time. And Tom and JJ are friends. And so JJ started to like play with Tom as one in her class. And I think one of the guys, one of the kids in Tom's class was like, you can't play with us, you're little. And so she got really sad, started crying and walked away. And so Tom just went and played with her and left us.
I've now taught her to just throw a left hook.
Sure you now.
It's not a story, but yesterday? No, 2 days ago. Yes, 2 days ago I was driving, I was taking JJ to gymnastics class. And it's Friday. And she asked if Tom and Shep were going to be there. I'm like, no, honey, this is gymnastics class. I'm not going to school. And I'm like, do you miss Tom and Shep? She's like, yeah, and Quiet, who another one of our friends has a little boy named Wyatt, and she calls him Quiet. And I'm like, do you like Tom and Sheppy and Quiet? And she's like, yeah, they're my boys.
The proper response when your child says they miss Quiet is to go, I miss Quiet too. But then you came around, and your little friend, it's just noise.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Hi there.
I was wondering what was the scene you felt most emotionally connected with your character?
For me, it's really easy. It's sacrifice. That's season 8 finale.
Yes. I remember.
What's salvation? Was salvation episode? I'm making stuff up.
Yeah.
First season.
First season. Connected to.
Yeah, with you.
That was an emotional commitment.
That is my favorite.
An emotional commitment.
That is my favorite supernatural tattoo I've ever seen.
Is my face doing the scary cat? It's good one.
So scary.
There was, I wasn't necessarily personally drawing from many of my personal experiences, but the scene with when Dean was talking to Chuck for the first time, that took on a whole different tone from the way it was originally written, and there was something about talking to him instead of like somebody who, as like another hunter or somebody that he's angry with for having not been around when people needed him or whatnot. And it was more about a son who was talking to a father who abandoned him. And when I looked at it like that, it just hit a chord within me and really struck me and got me emotional. And I think Rob could probably attest to this, that even when the cameras weren't on me, there was still emotion just pouring out that I couldn't stop, because there was something about that scene and about what the subject matter was that just really, because I think about myself, and my father's an amazing father, and he's lucky he's able to have him. But I guess I think about those that maybe don't have that, and I think about if something were ever happened to me, that I couldn't be that for my daughter. And so I think a multitude of those things kind of really connected me emotionally to that particular scene. So yeah, sometimes it happens and you don't think it's going to happen, and then boom, emotion. Thanks.
He's going to try to break it down to Latin.
Thespian family, please welcome one of our own, Miss Madison. No pressure. There are a couple thousand people watching you, so don't mess up. No pressure.
I was wondering if there will ever be the possibility of Sam and Dean doing a case in West Virginia.
We've never done one in West Virginia. Maybe they just got, maybe everything's cool over there.
Have we ever done one in East Virginia?
I think they've been to Virginia.
A lot of people don't know where we're at anything.
West Virginia?
You don't even know where we're staying.
Hey, Jared.
Come on, don't you?
I don't know what you're going to do, but do it.
Please.
Please do it.
Please do it.
I don't know what it was, but do it.
Please do it. I think St. Jensen was the capital of West Virginia.
That's what you're gonna say?
Yeah, that's what he was going to say. He's going to call me out. Does anybody here, no matter, does anybody here?
Does anybody on stage know the capital of West Virginia?
Give me 1 second.
Moran?
You just whispering shit. Louisiana?
My father, ladies and gentlemen. we programmed in all the the hometown man right here, just nails it.
Madison, I guess this is our answer. If you and the rest of our family here in the audience continue to support the show in the way y'all have, and we do another 240 episodes, I'm sure we'll get to West Virginia at some point in time.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for hanging out with us today on this beautiful Sunday. We love hanging out with y'all. We love hanging out with these guys. Thank you so much for making this possible for all of us. It is a great pleasure to be here with you today. And I think, just maybe, we'll be back here next year.
If y'all want.